Hello. Today we are going to be reviewing information that you, hopefully, already know. We're talking about two types of words, adjectives and adverbs. And these two kinds of words are kind of related. They have very similar jobs. Both adjectives and adverbs have the job of describing other words. And remember that when you're describing something, you're giving more information about it. You're trying to make a picture clearer, so that instead of just talking about dogs, you want to give a clear picture about tiny little brown and white dogs. So I'm not talking about all dogs, I'm talking about tiny little brown and white dogs. I'm giving my reader or my listener a clearer picture, and this is what all adjectives, and to a degree all adverbs, have in common. They're called modifiers, which means they change your idea, and the way they change the picture should be to get more and more specific, from general to specific. Adjectives, as you remember, we use that very symbol. We use the triangle to talk about something getting more and more specific by giving you more information. And adjectives, well, have one job. Adjectives describe nouns. That's it. That's all they do. You want me to say something else, but I'm not going to say it. Okay, I'm going to say it. I'm going to remind you that adjectives only describe nouns. Only nouns. Only nouns. Never anything else. I want to do that today, but you made me. Now let's talk about adverbs, right? Adverbs, we kind of give you a little bit of a different picture. Adverbs are like a balloon or an ice cream cone to help you remember all of the things that adverbs do in sentences. Adverbs describe, well, adjectives and verbs and other adverbs. So we incorporated, or we put all of those pictures, all of those ideas into this little symbol. So you have the circle plus the triangle, and they also, I don't know, maybe you like to eat a lot of ice cream, and ice cream describes, just bear with us. This is just pictures to help you remember that adverbs are modifiers of three different kinds of words. In essence, anything else other than nouns that can be described or modified are going to be described by adverbs. So let's give you a little bit of practice and take a look at a few sentences. First, sentence number 1. The really silly student stomped his feet hard. Well, I'm not a student, but you get the idea. That's the picture. You have a really silly student stomping his feet hard. So, remember that the first word that we want to find in a sentence is the verb. Here, the verb is stomped. I don't want to keep stomping in case there's somebody below me, but that's what stomping means. And after we find the verb, we want to ask ourselves who or what is doing or being this. So, in this sentence, who stomped? Did the stomp? Or really? Or sit? I'm not going to go through all of them. You can see that student is the person who stomped. And I can ask, what did he or she stomp? Well, here we have his feet. So we know it's a boy student, and we know that he stomped his feet. So we have a verb and two nouns. And we can go through and ask some different questions to get more information. What kind of student stomped his feet? Well, a silly student. The silly student. And then I can ask myself, how silly is the student? Well, he is really silly. So here I have the adjective. It's actually an article, but all articles are special kinds of adjectives, always used with nouns. I can say the really silly student stomped feet. And obviously the feet belonged to him. His feet. And how did he stomp his feet? That's right, this word hard at the end is actually modifying the verb all the way back here. Remember that adverbs have 3 possible jobs, and this one at the end, it can't be modifying anything after it because there's nothing after it to change or modify. So sometimes the adverbs will work backwards. So at the end we have adjective, adverb, adjective, noun, verb, adjective, noun, adverb. Let's look at sentence number 2. The big brown dog quickly chased the mean man away. Now, you have a little bit of work to do because I did not fill in all the shapes here. I only gave you the verb, the most important word, and the 2 nouns. I have who did the chasing and what he chased. So we have the big brown dog quickly chased the mean man away. We have our verb, we have our subject, and we have an object. You'll learn about those later. Now, what about all these other words? You should already know that the is a kind of adjective called the definite article. And so we can fill in these triangles pretty quickly. What kind of word is quickly? Well, if you remember, ly is a really good hint that it's probably an adverb. And if we ask, well, how did the dog chase? The dog quickly chased. And we can see that quickly is the adverb describing how the dog chased. Now, the big brown dog quickly chased the mean man away. What kind of dog is it? Is it a big dog? Sure. Is it a big brown? Does that make sense? No. The dog is also brown. Here we have 2, actually 3 adjectives all in a row. And this is important. Remember that adjectives can stack, right? To get more and more specific. I can have a whole bunch of adjectives describing one noun. So we have a big brown dog quickly chasing what kind of a man? A mean man. And again, this is an adjective, the mean man, away. What about this last word, away? What's happening here? Well, this is actually the direction. It's talking about which way, which direction the dog was chased, or the man was chased. So it was chased away. So this would work as my adverb. Now, with this last sentence here, I want to leave it all up to you. What word are you going to find first? That's right, the verb. So, in this sentence, he screamed very loudly. What's the verb? What's the subject? Is there an adjective or an adverb? You are going to start with this very sentence with your teacher on the board right after this very brief review.
Adjectives and Adverbs Review. What do adjectives and adverbs have in common? How are they the same? They are both describing words, modifiers. What do modifiers do? They give more information to make an idea more specific. What do adjectives do? And what do adjectives never do? Adjectives describe nouns, never any other kinds of words. What do adverbs do? And what do adverbs never do? Adverbs describe verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs, never nouns. What is the first kind of word we should find in a sentence? The verbs. What kinds of words are articles? A, an, the. Articles are kinds of adjectives, always used with nouns. Find the different kinds of words in the following sentence. He screamed very loudly. He equals pronoun, screamed equals verb, very equals adverb, loudly equals adverb.